2 links down below in the description box to credit where I'm getting my information from. I'm going to do my best not to just read word for word what it says on the websites and try to put it in my own words and summarize it. So let's get right into it. My biggest complaint with Assassin's Creed Shadows is the lack of settings for level scaling. However, if we look back in history, not at Mirage because that one didn't have any levels. If we look at Valhalla before it, if I'm not mistaken, it was 8 months after launch that we finally got level scaling options, and we had 5 of them, and it was absolutely amazing because when you have level scaling options, everybody wins. If you think they're dumb, then don't toggle it on. If you like them, you toggle it on. Witcher 3's done it. Lots of other games have done it. And I think it's a great addition, and I wish it would have been here on day one, but it isn't. If you look at Odyssey, Odyssey had built-in level scaling where enemies couldn't fall like below 4 levels from you. But again, half a year later, 6 months later, they implemented the ability to play around with the scaling with some settings. So if the last few games are anything to go by, we're probably going to get it in this game, but it's going to be at least half a year. Watch it make a liar out of me, and an update will come out in 2 months. Point being, it's not in the game right now. And that is problematic because despite there being some nice difficulty options, I don't know what this is, nice difficulty options for the stealth and the combat and all that, it has a very big flaw. When you play the game and you go through the story, if you don't do any side missions, it is alleged that you'll eventually hit a wall where you're going to be under-leveled. What's going to end up happening is even if you have the game set on story difficulty, for example, you could easily get one-shotted if you went to do an assassination and you have the settings for guaranteed assassination and the person is sleeping, it will fail. That is absolutely stupid. I don't see how anybody can defend that. But when it does come to the difficulty, it is pretty cool because, again, for the stealth, if you have it on expert, for example, as shown in Jor Raptor's videos, if you're like crawling around on a rooftop or on a wall, a fence, whatever you want to call it, the enemies will have a better chance of looking around and spotting you up there, wherever it is you may be. Whereas if it's on easy difficulty, they will like never look above eye level. But heaven forbid, a bird shits in your face and you slip off the wall and you fall on the ground, you're going to get one-shotted. I just think that that's completely ridiculous. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if the bird shitting on you killed you. Okay? And it was permadeath. No, I'm just trying to be funny there. So again, this is a screenshot from Odyssey here where we had some different levels of scaling. And I think that that's just the best, you know, like where you could have the overall challenge here default. It's just the way the game is supposed to be. Light, it'll be within 4 levels below the player. Medium, it'll allow the content to be up to 2 levels. And then heavy. And then also Valhalla had some insane accessibility options. Stealth, parry timing, window reaction, all this kind of stuff. But again, all those in-depth features, I don't remember those ones being in there on day one. I just don't know. Either which way, I'm very excited for the game. I'm not dunking on it. I'm not shitting on it. I already dropped that in the toilet a couple of hours ago. I am going to play the game. I'm going to enjoy it. And what I'm hoping happens is, from what we've seen, is that enemies don't really end up being too weak if you reach the post-game. Because supposedly, there is kind of like a bit of a built-in level scaling, which I know is going to upset a lot of people. And I get it. I get it. So for me, selfishly, I hope that there's something already built in there where if I'm level 30 or whatever, I'm not going to go up against some random enemy that's level 5. I love that aspect of gaming for me. Once you're done a game, you kind of turn it into your own little sandbox, kind of like what I did with Days Gone. Hell, even Witcher 3. You put that shit on Death March or whatever the hardest difficulty is, and you put the level scaling on, you're roaming around in the first zone and you're level 100 in the best armor. A wolf gnaws at your nutsack, you're dead. That's it. You're going to meet your ancestors real quick. You could almost turn the game into a Souls-like game if you want. And if you don't want that, turn down the difficulty, you turn off the scaling, whatever, everybody wins. So you can argue for and against it. I'm always going to argue for and against it at the same time. In other words, the toggle on and off. It should be in, plain and simple. Not every person plays the game the same way and for the same reasons. Well, except for the fact that we all play video games to have fun. But our version of what makes it fun for us could be different than what it is for somebody else. And this is where I stop talking. Otherwise, it's going to be Christmas and GTA 6 will be out. So, thumbs up if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and trying to make me more relevant in search results when people are looking shit up. Thumbs down if you didn't like the video. And I'll bend it in half, twist it, and break it off where the sun don't shine. And if you want to subscribe, naturally, that would be great. But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And if I'm lucky, maybe I will see some of you in the next video. Bye for now.